Good afternoon, guys. We're gonna do a Sunday market analysis. It is currently, what time is it? 2:30 p.m. So markets haven't opened yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. We're coming off of the Thanksgiving week. Um, I didn't trade last week. Didn't even look at the markets last week. I'm really just spending time with my family, spending and enjoying time away from these markets. So we're back at it though, on the 27th. Monday. So starting off with the economic calendar, we're just gonna break this thing down. Monday, I really want to see how we open and um, if we open mixed across the averages, across the S&P, the Dow, and the Nasdaq. If we open and we're kind of all over the place and it's a mess, then I'll probably close my charts early on Monday. Tuesday should be a great day in the market. High impact news driver at 9 a.m. Wednesday should be a good day. Thursday, same thing, loaded with news drivers, which is what we like. The manipulation will be easy to see, and then we can play off of that and make some money. Friday, I won't be trading. We do have the Fed chair speaking at 10 a.m. during the morning session. So whenever the Fed chair Powell is speaking during the morning session, I sit out. That would be a good day to trade the PM session, but I don't like trading the PM session simply because I have stuff to do during the day. So Friday I won't be trading. The Fed chair can say whatever he wants to say and manipulate the market in whichever way he chooses. I won't be participating. So that's what we got as far as economic calendar. And let's dive into some technicals. Starting off on the weekly chart to identify our draw and liquidity. So on the left we have the S&P, dollar on the right. We have this buy side here. This is my focus, and then we have this small little fair value gap here on the weekly chart. That's my draw. Okay, so I'm bullish on S&P, plain and simple, not rocket science. We have this high, and then we have the remainder of this fair value gap that needs to be filled in. Dollar index, I'm bearish. We have the sell side here. Okay, that's so low. It'll be clearer on the daily chart. But you can still see that swing low here on the weekly chart. So I'm looking for that. And then this last down close candle that took out sell side prior to this move higher. This is a bullish order block. I want to see us trade below this sell side and potentially reach down into the high to the open of that bullish order block. Okay, so I'm looking for lower prices this week on dollar index and higher prices for the S&P. We got the daily chart now. Clearing those weekly levels off my chart. I just use them for the draw and liquidity. I don't like to have them on my chart. I only like to have daily levels on my chart, so just something to keep in mind. So we have this volume imbalance right here. If you can see, if you look closely, there's no bodies in this blue shaded area. We have wicks, but there's no bodies, so that's a draw and liquidity for me on a daily time frame. But before we get there, we have to take out this high. We've already taken out this high with this move here. We have buy side resting here, buy side resting here. We have this fair value gap, this large down close candle. But I'm focused up here on this volume imbalance, which is inside this order block, these last two up close candles. This is my longer term draw here, but short term, buy side, buy side. This order block that I'm outlining here, this is a down close candle. It's kind of a doji, but it is a down close candle. We traded down into this fair value gap, so this is a institutional order flow entry drill, and then we rally up. So this down close candle from the high to the open, that's your bullish order block. I'm extending that forward. I want to see us respect mean threshold of this bullish order block. I want to see that act as support to send price higher. If we even come down into this area, we could just open higher or lower and then just rally and take out buy side. But if we do retrace a little bit, I want to see this bullish order block support price. Daily chart on the right for dollar. We traded up into the small fair value gap. This candle's high and that candle's low. It's a small fair value gap in there. And then this last up close candle prior to this down move is your bearish order block. So same thing that I did over here, I'm doing over here. From the low of the candle to the opening price, that entire range is your bearish order block. We worked inside that last week, broke lower, This last up close candle before this rotation lower is your order block as well. I'm taking the low to the opening price. I'm extending that forward. I want to see, where do we open? If we open lower, do we trade up, treat this as resistance, and then break lower? Do we open higher, trade up into this order block once more, and then break lower? It's just a matter of where we open and how we look going into that Monday opening range at the stock exchange open. So dollar sell side, that's the same sell side that we annotated here on the weekly chart. Okay, I'm looking for that, and then we have a small fair value gap right beneath this pool of liquidity here. So this is my draw for this week. This is my draw for this week for the S&P 4-hour chart. This is where the S&P starts to get a little messy, a little confusing, but we have worked inside this daily order block. Okay, you can see us work lower, we touch the low of it here, we rally, we had a fair value gap with the high of that order block, hit it there, we rally, and then we consolidate. I'm still looking for these levels up here. Now, do we want to break down, take out these lows, work into this order block some more, rally, or take out these lows, reprice to this huge fair value gap here, and then potentially rally? I don't know. So I have to wait until these high impact news drivers hit the market, see what we do, see how we treat these daily levels. But until that happens, just be cautious. All right, 4-hour chart for dollar on the right. This entire range is that higher bearish order block on the daily time frame. Okay, we traded up into that. What I'm noticing here that kind of has my attention is this candle here didn't trade up to this fair value gap. Okay, so there is buy side resting above this. If we do open and immediately start to rally higher, I wouldn't mind seeing this high taken out, trade into this fair value gap, and then break lower. Just a scenario that I'm looking for, but I would take that with a grain of salt. We have sell side resting below this low, that daily sell side / weekly sell side that I had annotated, and then there's that fair value gap that was resting just below it. So this is as low as we're going to go, the hourly time frame. And if I'm being honest, there's really not much to say about S&P. I mean, you can just see how choppy, how messy it is. It's range bound, it's consolidating. We worked inside that bullish order block on the daily time frame here, rallied, came back down, took out this low, rallied again, took out this high, and we're just going sideways. So do we just want to open and start to head to buy side, or do we want to open, reprice, take out this low, touch this order block again? I don't know. We just have to wait and see. Dollar on the right is a little more clear. Sell side here, that higher time frame sell side, and then the fair value gap right below it. Okay, and this is also a breaker that we've been working in here on the hourly time frame. So here we have a high, a low, and a higher high. So these, what is this, like 4 consecutive down close candles here? That's one large breaker. So if you take all these candles, extend that range forward, that's where we're working in this area, and then we break lower. So dollar's a little easier to read, a little easier to follow, so I'm really going to be tracking that and paying close attention to it. I want to see us get below this low and eventually reach here. S&P is going to have to show me a little more, but that's what the high impact news drivers are for. We have our first high impact news driver Tuesday 9 a.m. so I want to see what that does, and that should give us a clear direction and a clear bias. But that's about it. I'm taking Monday with caution. I will wake up and see what the charts are looking like, but Tuesday is where I'm really starting to lock in and really be a participant. But before then, I'm really just laid back, sitting on my hands. So that's all I got. I appreciate you guys for listening, tuning in. Message me in the Discord or Instagram if you have any questions. I post some trades, some key levels and things like that on Instagram, as well as the Discord every week. Daily screenshots be posted after the morning session. You can see how my charts looked after the morning session plays out. I have all my annotations there. You can just kind of see, you know, what I saw during that morning session. So if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. But until next time, peace.